Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It is April the 2nd, 2016. I'm going to look at race number 14, the Florida Derby. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections. And if you want the undercard selections for all this other stakes races, I'm going to make a separate video because if I put them all together, it's going to be like a 3-hour video, and I don't want you to sit through 3 hours, and I don't want to speak for 3 hours straight. So I'm going to make separate videos, and the link will be in the description box, so just don't get confused. The other races will be on YouTube. But I'm going to look at race number 14, what's the 69th edition of the Florida Derby, sponsored by ExpressBet.com. Going for a purse of $1 million for 3-year-olds. We have 10 horses traveling a mile and 1/8 once around the Gulfstream Park surface, so you know, a mile and 1/8. And this is the showdown of, I don't know, you don't see before the Derby like a showdown like this. In a Derby prep race, it's very unusual. You see the best horse from the West and East meeting up before the Derby. They're meeting up today. Mohiman, who's the best horse on the East Coast, 3-year-old at least, and the best 3-year-old on the West Coast, Nyquist, who is the British Cup juvenile champion of 2015. But it's great race here. I think it's going to be a showdown for the ages. The race everybody's been waiting for. Everybody has their side. Nyquist, Mohiman. I'll give you my side during this video. But I'm going to go through every horse in this race. Starting off with the one horse, Sawyer's Mickey at 31. Scott Spieth is in the saddle for Peter Walden, who gets the training duties for the first time today. They purchased this horse at the OBS sale of 2015, of April 2015, for $280,000, and this horse is still a maiden. So keep that in mind. This horse has never won. It was one second place finish and 3 third place finishes, and has run against State Company twice. Last time out in the John Taglia Memorial Turfway, this horse finished third by 6 1/4 lengths, and he just had a horrible trip. He just got roughed up a little bit down the back stretch. You know, it wasn't his best run that day, and I think the horses were a bit too tough for this horse. He's facing even tougher horses today. 30-1 is just being over generous. If this horse goes off under 50-1, I'll be shocked. But like I said, his horse has run against State Company twice. Once last time in Open Company, and back in October against state-bred horses in the juvenile stakes for $150,000 in Ohio for Ohio breds at Thistle Downs. This horse finished second by a head that day, and you know he got bumped, but you know he just missed that day. But this horse will have to do a hell of a lot. He's not a play for me. I'm not using him on any of my tickets. Superfecta, maybe a super high 5, but he'll still have to do a hell of a lot. He doesn't impress me by the running line or his race replays. He'll have to do, like I said, just a hell of a lot. So that's my opinion on him. Let's go to number 2, Fellowship at 15-1. Jose Lascano for Stanley Gold. This horse last time out ran the Fountain of Youth against Mohiman on the 27th of February at mile 16th here at Gulfstream Park. This horse finished third by 6 1/4 lengths, finishing behind Mohiman and Zulu. Zulu, I believe, is going to be running in the Bluegrass, I think. Maybe in the Wood Memorial next week. It's one of those races, I'm not sure. But this horse had a decent third-place finish that day. It was wide, but he didn't have that late kick. He's going to be on my tickets. If there could be a horse that could maybe upset Mohiman or Nyquist, it could be this one. He's going to be on my tickets. I might play a few sneaky bucks to win on this one also. But it's going to be a long shot if this horse wins, because he is facing, like I said, 2 of the best horses. If this race was like against, if Nyquist or Mohiman weren't in this race, this horse would be probably a top selection if it was just the other horses. But this horse, he had a decent year so far. Well, he in the Holy Bowl back in January against Mohiman, this horse finished third by 6 lengths, and he got bumped at start, had to alter his course in the mid stretch and of that short stretch of the mile 8th of the mile 16th races at Gulfstream Park, since they finished at the 16th bowl. So the stretch is less than the 1/8 of a mile, so he had to alter his stretch drive, and this horse is a better horse going around 2 turns for sure. He ran a mile at Gulfstream Park back in January 2nd. in the Mucho Macho Man Stakes, finished fifth by 16 lengths and was wide all throughout. And he just was even that day. Going around two turns, his horse is definitely a better horse. He won the Florida Stallion Stakes for $500,000 over this course last October. He's facing tougher horses today, going a mile and eighth, which is something this horse should really excel. A bit of a longer stretch, even though the Gulfstream stretch isn't that long. It's about 3/16 of a mile, if that, because it's not a very long stretch compared to other mile and eighth tracks around the country. But I think this horse could really do well. He has a very good workout last week at Gulfstream Park. March the 19th workout, 4 furlong workout, 46 and 2, the best workout of 80. So I think this horse is ready. And a 4 furlong workout at Gulfstream Park, 47 and 2, third best out of 30. Gonna use him. He has, like I said, he has some very blistering workouts. He's going to be on my ticket for a superfecta or a trifecta. He might even be on a ticket for a pick five I play. Yeah, because he's a very good horse. So that's my opinion on him. Number 3, Majesto at 20 to 1 for your trained by Gustavo Delgado. Javier Castellano on this one. Source has won once. That was last time out in the main special weight on the 27th of February. Mile 16th here at Gulfstream Park for 50,000 main special weight. Source won by length that day. And, he was closing up that day. Really closed very well. Was 3 lengths off the lead all throughout, but he just ran incredibly well to win. Then the mile 8th here at Gulfstream Park, February 6th, in the main special weight for 40,000. Horse finished third by 2 1/4 lengths. He had a decent race. He's going to be on a few of my tickets here today for especially a superfecta. I think he has not a chance to win, but I think he could maybe upset to come in a superfecta or maybe even the super high five. I believe they're offering it this race. Let me just check quick. Yeah, they're offering it. So he might be in a super high five. I'll see how I play it, how I put him on. But I think this horse, like I said, he should really do well here in this spot. Not to win, but I think for a show or fourth or show spot. Let's go on to number 4, who is Nyquist. 6 to 5, Mario Gutierrez for Doug O'Neill out of Uncle Mo. They purchased this horse for $400,000 in March of 2015. This horse is undefeated. He is 6 for 6. And last time out in San Vicente, first start since Breeze Cup Juvenile. This horse won by 1.5 lengths at 7 furlongs, 1,400 meters that day. And this horse just ran really well. Basically was on or near the lead all throughout. And he ran his heart out. It was a really nice race coming back against only 4 other contenders. But, it was a decent race just to get the horses feet moving. Start before that, Keeneland in the Breeze Cup Juvenile on mile 16th with that short stretch. This horse won by a half length, breaking from the 12 hole. So he was breaking from an outside draw, which is not ideal going a mile 16th, but especially at Keeneland. Keeneland going those outside post positions are just horrible for some reason. And this horse is far back early and really closed up to a very nice victory that day. But if you remember the start for this horse is just horrible. And how he won after that was pretty amazing. There are conflicting reports that on Twitter that are saying this horse is hot. Oh, the horse looks good. When a horse has to travel around the country or halfway, the other side of the country basically, I think this horse will have to do a lot. I really like Mohiman. I must say. Let me get that rumor out. Mohiman is going to be my top selection in this race. This horse traveling cross country, facing Mohiman, who's a very good horse also. His last workout, I know they didn't want to really stress him out before going on a plane ride, but I think this horse, he could probably finish second. But, it's... I really like Mohiman better, basically. That's all I could say. I'm going to use him for, I'll put him in the a super high five. I would probably go Mohiman, Nyquist, whatever, for a super high five. Especially, I'll do that for a super. I only play 10-cent supers because I'm a broke college student, of course, and I'll do it for the trifectas. I might even do a double. I probably would put him in a double. I'm not sure. I have to see how I want to create a ticket for this race, because I'm thinking about doing a pick 5, and I'm also going to probably do a double with race number 13, which I believe is the Pan American or something like that. Yeah, it's Pan American, so I'm going to probably do a double. You can find that ticket on my Twitter account. But I just think I really like Mohiman better, because he didn't have to travel. He didn't have to He's in his backyard basically. This horse is gonna, travel on horses. Sometimes they don't really do well after traveling. He has a few question marks in my eyes with this race. So yeah, let's get on to the number 5 horse, who is coping away, at 50 to 1 here for Jamie Meha, who trains this who trains this colt here. Actually, they purchased this horse at Keeneland 2014 sale for $1,200. So $1,200, and this horse 50 to 1. He's gonna have to do a hell of a lot to win. This horse has won once. That was his first career start, 6 furlongs on the slop. If it rains, maybe this horse has a chance. But that was on September the 5th. Won at 3/4 of a mile. Won by a neck. Was on the lead all throughout. Just looking at his races, he's finishing 8th, 3rd, 3rd, 3rd. Those are all on turf racing. On dirt, this horse is 4-0. That one win came on synthetic. On a dry race course, this horse has never finished in the money. This year, this horse is 5-0 with 1 second, 1/3. He'll just have to do a hell of a lot. He has no workouts published on his workout line. He actually ran last weekend on the 26th of March in a Gulfstream Park optional 35 claimer. His horse finished 9th by 10 lengths, and he just was 4 wide at the second turn, checked at the 8th pole. He'll just have to do a lot, basically. He's not a use for me. Number 6, Chauvains. Hopefully I said that right at 30 to 1 with Escar Zayas, Jorge Navarro out of Colonel John, who I love. I really love Colonel John. It was a great horse. Purchased this horse at Keeneland November 2013 sale for $150,000. And this horse won last time out at Gulfstream Park, 1 mile on February 26th, in a maiden claiming race, maiden claiming $50,000. This horse won by 5 lengths. Was on or near the lead all throughout, and won pretty convincingly. Drew off towards the end of the race. Start before that was at Gulfstream Park, mile and 8th, February 6th, in the main special with 40,000 against some of the horses that are coming out of this race, like Majesto, against tough horses. This horse finished 7th by 13.5 lengths, and he just he didn't run very good with high odds. This horse will have to do a hell of a lot after coming off. I don't think any horse has ever won the Florida Derby after running or breaking his maiden start before in maiden claiming. So he'll just have to do a hell of a lot. I think he's not a use for me. I don't have him on any tickets. Number 7, who is hopefully I say this right. So I don't normally look at the names before I handicap these races, so pardon me if I say their name wrong. Take It to the Hedge. We'll go with that. With Tyler Gaffleone, 20 to 1. Dale Romans trains this one. They purchased this horse for $135,000 at Keeneland 2014 September sale. This horse has run once at 7 furlongs on March the 5th and main special with 40,000. This horse won by 7 3/4 lengths. Was on the lead all throughout basically, and was just ridden out. Very nice win, 7 furlongs. If this horse ran maybe in like a different race at a mile, I would use him, but not here. I just think he'll have to do a hell of a lot to win. Going 2 turns for his second start in the Florida Derby, he's just taking too much, so he's not a use for me. Number 8, Fashionable Freddy. 31, Nick Juarez, for Nick Zito. He's a use for me, actually. Nick Zito won this race 3 times. 2010, I believe, with Icebox. 2011, and what was the other year? Can't think of it. 2005? Did he train Bellamy? Bellamy Road actually won the Wood Memorial. Forgot about that. But he won in a different year in the last 10 years. He won in 2011, 2010. I want to say 2008 Big Brown won. 2009. He didn't win in 2009. I just can't think of who won in 2009. Maybe 2007. I don't know personally, but I know he won it. Like I said, 2009, 2010, 11, and won it some other year in the last 10 years. But I like this horse here. He'll have to do a lot too. He's not a winner, but I think he could be a play in the pick five, in the what do you call it? And the super high 5 or a superfecta, or like a trifecta, maybe coming in as the long shot play. He'll definitely be on my ticket. He ran 1, 2, 3, 5 times actually. Last 3 starts have been an optional 75 claimer, 9 wars 1 around 2 turns here at Gulfstream Park. He finished 5th last time out, 4th at a mile and 8th, and 5th in a mile 16th. Horses won once. That was at Delaware Park at a mile 70 back in September 28th. And this horse, I think this horse could really close up for, you know, a fourth place finish. I don't think he's that. He's not. He's definitely not that good to win. Not to knock the horse, but like I said, he's facing two of the best horses in the country at the moment. But he'll definitely be on my ticket to use underneath, like third, fourth, maybe even an exacta, but I don't think so. But now let's get on to my top selection here, and that's number 9, the even money favorite, Mohiman for Junior Alvarado. Kieran McLaughlin trains this one. They bought this horse for $2 million, actually $2.2 million, at the Keeneland 2014 September sale. So I think they did well. This horse has earned $805,000. So keep that in mind also. But last time out in the Fountain of Youth Stakes at Gulfstream Park, this horse won by 2 1/4 lengths and just one clear. Was 3 wide at the quarter pole, but just won very convincingly. Got clear at the 8th pole. Going to a mile and 8 this time. He's run it once. A lot of these 2 or 3-year-olds have never run a mile and 8. Remsen is one of the few races that are offered at a mile and 8 for 2-year-olds, and this horse won the Remsen by 1.5 lengths. Which is far back, but it was actually 2 lengths off the lead. It was third all through the race, and he got up there late, and he was drifting in the stretch, but he actually had a very good run. Won the Nashu Stakes on opening day at the Aqueduct Fall Meet, and won it very good by 1 3/4 lengths. And again, he had a drifting problem at Aqueduct. I think he got rid of it his last 2 starts. And his first career start at Belmont, 6 furlongs back in September, this horse won pretty convincingly. Last 2 starts are very good. He's been training good. Last workout, the 24th of March, 4-furlong workout, Palm Meadows, in 4 furlongs and 48 and 4, 9th best out of 48. Looks very hard to beat in this race. I really mean it. He doesn't have to travel like Nyquist does. He's won over the surface. He likes the surface. So yeah, you should really do well out of Tappet. It will be great for a Tappet horse to win the Derby. I don't like doing Derby top 10 lists because I just don't like doing them. Something I did it once, and it was probably the worst year for Derby selections I ever did. So ever since then, I don't do it. So, but if I had to, this horse would be on the top 10 list. I don't know where, but he would definitely be on it. There are a few horses I'm thinking of like that I would put on, but I'm not writing it down. That means I'm not doing it. But yeah, but he looks very, very, very good. There's nothing you can fault. He's undefeated. One of these 2 horses, either Nyquist or Mohiman, is probably gonna lose tomorrow. Or today, but he's very good. So he's a top selection for me. He's gonna be keyed in a lot of exotic wagers. Might even be a single in the pick 5, pick 6, something like that. But let's get on to the 10 horse who is ISOFast, 31, Julian Leperoux at 30, like I said, 31. And this horse has run 4 times. Last time out at Gulfstream Park on the 10th of February in that mile and 8th optional 75 non-winners 1 race. Finished third by 5 lengths that day, and just gave away the winner that day, Battery. It was a very nice horse. I remember that race so clear. Battery won a hell of a race that day. This horse is getting Lasix for the first time, so maybe this horse could really improve. I think he would be a force. If I had to give you a straight superfecta right now, let me just give it to you. I would key in. I would go 9, 4. I would go 9, 4, 10, 2, 2, 10. Maybe I would box the bottom 2, maybe. So it's not a straight superfecta, but I really like this horse as a third or fourth selection. Getting Lasix for the first time. He ran at the OBS Championship at Ocala back in January. This horse finished 5th that day on synthetic, and he just had no real. I don't know if he handled the course really well. And this horse broke his mane at Laurel back in main special weight back in December. He is going to be, like I said, one of my. He's going to be in a straight superfecta. I just don't know where yet. I'll have to handicap this race even farther. But with getting Lasix, he should really improve. I think a lot. Has been working at Palm Beach. 4 furlong workout, 48 and 2, with 5th best workout, 24, and a 4 furlong workout, 48 and 4, 8th best out, 31. So gonna go put this horse on one of my tickets. So let me give you a few of my plays here. I'm probably going to play a super. Like I said, I'm going to play a super high five here. I'm going to go probably 9 4 box the for the third and fourth. I would box probably the 10 and 2, and then box for the fifth place finish 3 4 8. The price I didn't check the price, but it's $1. So let's see, one, that's four. It's about $8 maybe the ticket, something like that. 10, 12, $8, something like that. I'm gonna probably key in the pick five Mohiman. I'm gonna probably do an exacta. Well, not an exacta, maybe a trifecta here. 9 4 2 10 boxed underneath for 50 cents. That will cost you $1, I believe. But Mohiman's top selection. Nyquist is my number two. I'm not playing that exact. Is probably going to pay like $2.20 for like $1. So there's no money unless you want to bet like millions of dollars on it. You're not going to make any money playing a Nyquist Mohiman exact, especially if you box it. So, but like I said, Mohiman's top selection. The horses I would use underneath would be 2, 3, 4, 8, 10. Mohiman's top selection. Nike was second choice, but like I said, I would probably use all 2, 3, 4, 8, 10 underneath. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody, and let's make some money.